Hello, my name is Andrew Thake. I'm from Minds and Money TV, and joining us today is Luke Alexander, who's President and CEO of Newcore Gold. Delighted to go and meet you, Luke.
Yeah, good to see you, Andrew. Thanks for having me on.
Great stuff. Can you start off by just telling us a little bit about Newcore Gold?
Yeah, so Newcore Gold, we're an advanced stage exploration company with a district scale project in Ghana, 216 square kilometers, a very large land package. We've got an inferred resource of 1.4 million ounces, and earlier in June we put out a PEA as well, which created an underpinning of value for the company. So district scale exploration opportunity in Ghana.
And how have the last 12 months been for you?
They've been very good. I started as CEO of the company just over 12 months ago with the view that this project was being overlooked by the market. We relaunched the company as Newcore Gold in August of last year, kicked off an initial 8,000 meter drill program, and then subsequently have expanded that to a 66,000 meter program. So we've been extremely active from an exploration perspective. And as I kind of touched on, we also were able to get a updated PEA completed earlier this month, which had some very robust economics within it.
So you've recently joined the company. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and your management team's backgrounds?
Yeah, so I spent 15 years on the investment banking side of the business. 12 of those years I was in London covering all the big global natural resource funds, as well as advising ASX, TSX, London listed mining companies on different opportunities around the world and helping raise money for them. A number of those projects were in Africa. That's where I got very familiar with the continent, and hence the knowledge I had of this project. So that's my background. And then about a year ago, got approached to become CEO of the company. At the time, Doug Forrester stepped up as chairman. He and I had worked together for a number of years on different companies he was involved in. Great track record of success in the sector, as well as Greg Smith. He's our VP Exploration. Greg's got over 30 years of exploration experience, and a lot of it in these greenstone hosted deposits around the world, as well as specifically at our Enchi project. He's worked on and off on this project for the past 10 years. So really strong team who's ultimately pushing the project forward. And I think that's part of the reason we've had such good support from the capital markets as well as institutional investors. If you look at our market cap, we're about a $60 million Canadian market cap. We've got 5 tier 1 investment banks out of Toronto covering us from a research perspective, and then about 35 institutional investors who own about 35% of the company. So very good support from that perspective. And I think a lot of that has to do with the team involved.
And for our viewers who are unfamiliar, what is Guyana like as a mining jurisdiction?
It's a tier 1 mining jurisdiction. I was actually just reading something from the World Gold Council yesterday that actually highlighted that Ghana is now the 6th largest gold producer globally, just behind Canada. So I think, with that, it's obviously Africa's largest gold producer. It's a very safe jurisdiction to operate in, very politically stable jurisdiction to operate in. I mean, if you look at a lot of the independent groups out there who monitor these things, Ghana's always ranked as one of the top within Africa. And I think the other thing I would highlight is when I look at the companies operating in Ghana, you've got 4 of the largest gold producers on the planet who have significant operations in Ghana. Newmont, for example, 18% of their total global production comes from Ghana. So I think that speaks for itself to have the largest gold company on the planet with such a large exposure to one country. So we're very fortunate that we were able to amass such a large exploration package when we did, and that we've been able to aggressively drill on it and start to build the ounces.
So looking at ahead over the course of the next year, what are the key opportunities you see out there over the course of the next 12 months?
Over the next 12 months, so as I highlighted, we just put out this PEA at the beginning of June, which ultimately, in my view, significantly underpins the value of the company. I mean, if you look at the economics at a $1,650 gold price, we're looking at over $200 million NPV, over 40%, 42% IRR. And if we look at an $1,850 gold price, we're looking at $302 million NPV and a 54% IRR with less than a 2-year payback. So very good economics from that perspective. One of the advantages is a heap leach project. So you're looking at low capital intensity. So if I look at that 302 million NPV relative to a $97 million initial capital, you're looking at, $3 for every dollar that you put in the ground. So that's very attractive. And then in terms of catalysts, now that we've gotten that out to the market, it's really going to be focused on drilling. So we've got lots of drilling planned. We've got another 26,000 meters of results, which we'll put out over the next 3 or 4 months. So that's what we'll be focused on is ultimately continuing to build off the 1.4 million ounce inferred resource that we currently have.
Mm-hmm. Any challenges out there? And if so, how is Newcore Gold de-risking them?
I think in terms of, for any gold company, probably the biggest challenge, but something that you can't control is the commodity price. I mean, I think we've seen a lot of volatility this year, and as a result, that's been a challenging market for a number of companies. There's been a move to a lot of companies looking to invest in copper and other sectors, which is natural that you'll see funds and flow move towards different commodities. So I'd say that's probably the biggest challenge. But for us, we just focus on ultimately creating the mid to long term value, and we think with the PEA that we put out, as well as all of the success we've been having with the drilling, that's ultimately how you create value for shareholder. And when you see, gold price fall $125 or $150 over the course of a week, that's something you can't control, and that becomes a challenge. But as long as you manage through that, then you ultimately create that real mid to long-term value for shareholders.
Well, thank you very much for your time. That was Luke Alexander, President and CEO of Newcore Gold.
Thanks a lot, Andrew. Good to see you.